Howdy, folks. So it's late. It's late, right?
It's very late.
And we just got back from watching Avengers Endgame.
All 3 hours.
All 3 hours. The movie was long, but it didn't feel long.
No, not at all.
So, first and foremost, if you have not seen Infinity War, you probably want to watch that before you watch this or Endgame. You'll be completely lost. Because we're going to talk about some things in reference to Infinity War, and if you haven't seen it, then there are spoilers. But I consider your time frame, acceptable time frame for spoilers to have passed. It has lapsed. So we'll take a second, pause the video. I'm going to link it to the trailer, the official trailer from Marvel Entertainment's YouTube channel. So I will link that down below. And
that's the first official trailer.
It's the official trailer. So it's not trailer number 2, trailer number 3. We're just comparing the movie to the official trailer, which was the first trailer that came out. We'll just talk about a few things. So don't read the comments in that trailer. It's Spoiler City. So if you don't want spoilers, don't read the comments. I made the mistake of kind of just looking at the top 3 comments, and it did spoil some things for me. I don't want that to happen for you. We're not going to spoil things for you, so we'll try and keep it vague, but in a way that will give you an idea of whether this is worth seeing in the theater. Spoiler alert, it is worth seeing in the theater. So take a second, watch that, come back, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So the first thing I want to bring up actually is we talk about splicing sometimes and how they kind of put things together. And one of the things they do with the splicing is they put things in the trailer that aren't in the movie.
That's right.
And in some ways that kind of bugs me because it feels misleading. Because then you think, ooh, I'm gonna see or hear from this person, and that may not necessarily be true.
Or someone's gonna perform this action and they just simply don't.
Exactly. And then they will put like one sentence next to another sentence, so you think that's how it happens in the movie. And when I did the Highwaymen trailer review, I pointed that out too. I think it's pretty common in trailers. They want you to think something happens.
There's even dialogue in the trailer, some narration that's not.
Yes, some of the dialogue in the trailer doesn't even remotely make it into the movie. That doesn't mean it's not important. It still kind of leads you to things. Having said that, I don't think that this trailer gives anything important away from the movie.
Not at all.
So let's talk about a couple of kind of more maybe minor things. I think they're major, but they may be minor to you. So one, music. So what did you think about the music in the trailer?
The music in the trailer versus the movie, two totally different tones.
Right. So we're used to that very epic score that they play for these Avengers films, and that is backed in the trailer. So that's the backing of the trailer. Having said that, the music in the actual film is a little more current, relevant music, I guess. It reminds us of, what did you say on the way home? What movies?
Well, more Guardians of the Galaxy-esque.
Right. So, having said that, there's a lot more of that kind of music in there. So, it makes it a lot more fun than the trailer kind of leads on. It makes the movie go by quicker, too. So, even though it's a 3-hour film, it doesn't feel like 3 hours. No. We took the kids, and I think all of them said they didn't feel like it was 3 hours. So, you're going to go to the bathroom at the beginning of the previews so that you don't have to go during the movie. If you get a drink, get a small drink. And like really just portion yourself, ration the drink because you don't want to miss it. Okay, so having said that, the movie going faster than you really think it will for a 3-hour movie. Let's talk about humor. The trailer was really serious. There was a couple of funny parts in the trailer, like at the end with Thor and Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, where he says, I like this one. So that kind of infers some humor. But I actually think the movie's much funnier than that. There's a lot of like laugh out loud moments. Agreed?
Agreed.
Some of my favorite are things that I'm not sure they were intended to be funny, but I found them hilarious. Okay, so now let's talk about a couple of characters that didn't make it into the trailer. So noticeably absent in the trailer were Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. So then you may wonder, are we going to see them? Well, I'm not going to tell you that because that'd be a spoiler, right? But what makes sense? What do we know? Tell me things we know. So we know that there's another movie coming out for Spider-Man, right?
Absolutely, Homecoming.
Right. So there is a good chance you will see Spider-Man again. Now, whether that's like a flashback or current, I'm not going to tell you because I know that in the trailer you see many flashbacks in the trailer. So I would say that that even contributes to being a theme, the flashbacks. So that is important to note. So what you see in the trailer may not be things that you see that are relevant in the film. Like we said, there are things they put in the trailer to kind of grab your attention that may not have made it into the film. Okay, any thoughts on that?
Not really, but then jumping to themes as far as you had mentioned earlier, relationships were important, and then there was one common thing that at least 3 of the characters said, which is whatever it takes.
Right. So I think the biggest theme, and I think actually these 2 themes are really linked. So whatever it takes is the big theme. You listen to that and know that that is significant. I'm not going to really tell you how it's significant, but that is significant. I think that the Avengers have really been that way throughout the entire, I guess, would you say series? That they do whatever it takes, right? So this just really underlines that. It underscores that very well. And then whatever it takes is in direct relation to in direct relation to their relationships. So basically, we're talking about relationships in general, not just romantic relationships, but we're talking about familial relationships, friendships, deep connections that the characters have with each other and others, bonds, exactly. And so those kind of things, those relationships really drive the plot. Okay, so they kind of drive where we're going. It really takes you through the story, and you really do feel for the characters throughout. Now, predictability. Was the trailer, did it make it predictable?
Not at all. There were so many things I could not have even imagined that it was unpredictable. It was great.
But like in a great way.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a great way.
It wasn't like, you know how sometimes movies are unpredictable because the trailer totally misleads you for the entire storyline? It's not like that at all.
No.
It's just unpredictable because the whole scenario is so off the wall. But I really like it.
Yeah, it was great.
Now, having said that, within the film, there are points, if you've kept up with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the storyline, there are points in the movie where you hit that moment and you're like, okay, I totally know what's going to happen. And it's not immediate. So you know it's coming. You know this thing is coming. But there's nothing that gives it away in the trailer. You do have moments of predictability in the film, but I also think that that means that you have something to kind of, I guess, look forward to, for lack of a better term. So there's that. Let's talk about emotions. The trailer is pretty serious, okay? So you get this tone of intensity for the movie, which is all, it's there. It's definitely there. But there were lots of emotions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, laugh out loud moments, awkward moments, very intense, sad moments. There were people crying in the theater. Did you cry? Tell the truth.
Maybe a little.
Okay. So a lot of people really got emotional. I got emotional at times, and I got emotional at moments I didn't think I would get emotional at. And I think it's because the whole thing, even though it's not 100% full-time action-packed, it's still very emotion evoking, right? So, or emotion inducing. What's the right term? What would you say?
I'd say evoke.
Okay. So I really think that walk into it knowing that you're going to get emotional. If you're a crier in general, definitely take some tissues with you. And let's see, would I recommend this film? You know what? If you have tickets, you just give them to me, so you don't have to go see it in the theater, right?
That's right.
Yeah. No,
Take them off your hands.
I think we'll take them off your hands. I do think it's a great film. I am definitely gonna see it again.
Yeah, we'll see it a couple.
You want
more
to take your
times.
mom?
Yes,
Yeah,
let's
take your mom. So that's always a good way for us to get to see it twice. And so we'll probably go see it again in the theater because it was really enjoyable. And I love watching movies in the theater. I think it really makes a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Having said that, are we gonna buy it? Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're gonna buy it. On the way home, I said this is a pre-sale kind of movie, so when it goes up for pre-sale, we'll totally get it and add it to the collection, our MCU collection. So at the end of the day, we really enjoyed it. I think you'll really enjoy it. I think the trailer is a good representation without giving things away.
It's very somber.
It's somber, but like I said, it doesn't communicate everything. Now,
No,
are they going to
not
be
at all.
able to do that in one trailer? That's hard.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Some of the later trailers did communicate more of these things, but the trailer review is really intended to go over what the official trailer communicates about the movie, and I think that's what we've done.
Yep.
So, if you like the trailer review, then go ahead and thumbs up. You can help me? Thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, and go ahead and ring the notification bell so you can stay in the loop for future trailer reviews or any other video content that we put up. So I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Take care.